Great. I see a lot of excitement on the chat. It's good to see your energy. I hope you worked very hard for your app. We saw many apps that have been launched, so congratulations to those. And for those who are in the last bit of launching the MVP, just stay there, keep pushing, and we can't wait to download your app. So let's start this exciting workshop number 5. Hello, my name is Sarah Sadouk, and I'm part of the Create Apps Championship team. So today it's about how to launch and submit your app on the stores. My colleague Fawaz will come to it. And at the end, just stay with us until the end because we have some updates to share with you regarding the workshop on Thursday. Now you are coming to the end of the Tech Accelerator program. We're going to be starting the pitch training on stage. So just bear with us. But without further ado, I would like, and I have the honor to introduce you to my colleague Aisha Bintouk, who is working at the Dubai Chamber of the Dubai Chamber of Digital Economy, and with the team, they are spearheading this initiative, the Create Apps Championship Initiative. So Aisha, I'm very happy to have you with us. It's an honor for us to have you say a few words for the semi-finalists who are going to be our winners for the Create App Championship. Aisha, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Sarah, and hello, everybody. I would like to congratulate all of you on successfully completing this accelerator program and having to launch your MVPs very soon. Your dedication and creativity throughout this journey has truly stood out, and we want you to know that your hard work has not gone unnoticed. It's been very inspiring to see the progress you've all made and the ideas that you've brought to life. And we're really proud of how far you've come and what you've accomplished so far. And we're really looking forward to seeing how you continue to grow and build on this strong foundation. You have the pitch training sessions coming up. This is a different side of it and a different challenge, but obviously, inshallah, you all are going to be up for the challenge. And we can't wait to see you, inshallah, on stage. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. A round of applause for Aisha, at least a virtual one. Thank you, Aisha. I think this community is more than just the Create App Championship. We have people from I think 20 countries in this semi-final, but most importantly, we had people from 152 countries. So it's very exciting to have you all with us.
Yeah.
And thank you, Aisha, for congratulating everyone in the room. It's I think you will join me to say that it feels good after.
No, it's very well deserved and very inspiring. I mean, it's incredible to see their ideas come to life, which was once an idea, and now they're gonna be pitch training. It's truly inspiring. And I'm sure it's inspiring for everyone that will tune in to see how this goes, inshallah.
Inshallah, inshallah. Yes, so to complete this first phase of the competition, we have been going through the accelerator program, and Fawaz is with us in the room. He will take you through the last bit of what it means to submit your MVP now on App Store for those who haven't reached yet. And before that, if you can kindly rename yourself in the Zoom with your app name and your name so we can identify you. And as well as if you have any question, feel free to drop it on the chat box, or if you want to raise your hand during the session, you are welcome to unmute yourself and ask your question. Or if you want to wait until the end, it's also fine. So Fawaz, the floor is yours for this last workshop. And as I mentioned, stay with us because we have some updates for the workshop on the 12th of March. So I need you all to be part of the call at the end of the session. Fawaz, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Right. Hi. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Aisha. And thank you, everyone, for amazing support to make it happen. All right. Team, how are you all? Hope everyone is safe and all good. Yes, thumbs up. Super excited. Yes. Would love to get some thumbs up. Right, brilliant, beautiful. Okay, Tufel, we can move next. All right, what are we going to look at today is very simple. And as you know, the fundamental housekeeping rules and probably the last workshop of this cohort, we have to spell the same thing of the housekeeping rules. I would like today, it's okay, keep your mic unmuted, speak as much as you want, raise your hand, and have your videos on as much as you possible, and let's make it helpful as much as we can and respect the space. All right, let's move. Right. So please do. I hope most of you have and already will be joining from your PC and have your phone to record the QR codes which we're gonna have. And very quick recap: we had week 0 and we had one-to-ones. We had week 1 and started our debut workshop and the one-to-one journey map aligning calls we had, and I can remember how it was and what big challenges we had. And then we moved into our workshop 2, understood about Android, iOS close testing, and we had that weekly submission with a lot of chat in the group. And then we moved into our week 3, where we went into the close testing and execution. And then we are at the submissions where most of you have done the submission. And we had the workshop 4 about unlocking the new milestone and also looking at about the extensive updates and how the submission works, most importantly for the close testing and the store listing. And I know today most of you are still on the store listing compliance, and which we are doing. And then we came to the final production submission, which is this week. And we are expecting, which is 9th of March today, which is the workshop about what is beyond and how the final production works. And we come to an end by 20th of March. I know these questions were asked in a couple of one-to-one calls. Hey, can we extend the 20th of March? Is that the final? Yes, it is. Let's work that as a mark and let's move forward. And most of you are in line. All right, let's move next. So I have some very quick summary about, yes, Alan, thank you. Yes, okay. So today's quick overview is going to be simple. I'm just going to show you some timelines of the teams where we are and just generically. And I'm going to quickly recap for all of us about your app production. And then we're going to talk about Play Store and App Store's walkthrough very quick. And then we're going to touch about what is the post-launch. What is the app economy looks like, what you should do, and with the greater support of the attached Dubai Chamber for Digital Economy, what do you do next, right? And how are the business models and your app technology is connected? Because we have just created an MVP and how those things are going to be connected. And most important, go to market and the growth. How do you establish growth? How do you get that mindset from a system development to enterprise development? Because right now we talk about minimum viable product, system development, and whatnot. But you are building a business, you are building an enterprise. How do you get to the enterprise modeling and the technology? And where most importantly, the automation and scaling, how your mobile app or the app extended other technologies can integrate it, and some key takeaways. Let's move next. Right, guys. Goals of the workshop. Sorry, Abdul Rashid. Thank you very much. Goals of the workshop is going to be the understand the app economy and learn how the app generates revenue, money. We're going to talk a little bit about money, explore the go-to-market growth strategy, and discover the automation. And this can looks like a lot of things, but it's very simple. What are you going to do next in your business, right? Let's move. Brilliant. So we're gonna look at some of the team timelines very quickly to see. So congratulations. I think we all can give a congratulations, right? Just give a virtual thumbs up. Zbox, Atane-san, Leah, Kazna, and Boppai Kwelo. For all of you being ahead of the schedule and you are live right now, which is amazing. And I know each of your journey that you have taken through and the technological hurdles we went through. Hats off to all 4 of you. And I think there's one more joining the party today, if I'm not wrong. Yes, let's move next. Right. So, yes, thank you, Shara. And so I know we are on track. Transfer Expo, ARDXT, VIA, Rush, Uniment, Tazil, and Prism. We have mostly on the close testing, or we are waiting for the enterprise review to be published. So we could expect you all to be live this week, right? I know rejection is a possibility, but don't worry, we got you covered. We're going to work one-to-one on that, but anything is possible. But you are so far on track. Congratulations for that. Next. Yes, Tufel, we can move. All right. Okay. So the testing phase right now, most of you are also in testing, starting from Viv, Eve, Nava, AI Long Eva, Mazado, all of you on the testing. And then for the development, I know Jazur and Alvasil, we are still on the development, but we are on track because you need not to go for close testing. But you know what? This is the week. We're going to get it covered. And we would love to see you on the bigger stages of semifinals. All right, next. Right. So this is just a quick track update about all of us together, where we are, and kudos to everyone. And thank you for all the hard working and thanks to the entire Create Apps Accelerator team, technologically spending days and nights with you. Amazing. Right. So submitting your app to production, let's gonna quickly skim through, right? Yes, let's move on. Right. So final check before submission. So whoever who has not submitted, I know most of you are submitting and waiting for review. Whoever who has not submitted, very quick build integrity, test your final release build, not the debug. Confirm your production backend, make sure straightforward. And remove the test debug keys because I know we put some debug keys, yeah, you would have seen during the testing phases. And compliance, make sure your data safety sections compliance are in place and ensure the privacy policy is live and accurate and ensure the demo credential and production configuration. Make sure you encrypt, verify the production, and also the integrations, which are third party analytics. If you have anything, make sure those are working and remove any debug UI or placeholder right? I know we make some placeholder meaningful approach. Let's move. All right. Amazing. Right. I think, yeah. So one of the major reasons for common rejections are very simple, right? As you see, Android, usually data safety from mismatch. When there is a mismatch from data safety, that is immediately rejected. And asking or using sensitive permission. Sometimes we think the camera is important, but it's not. So asking that permission of your camera can subject to rejection if it is not really necessary. Target audience misclassification. You might be targeting adults, but you might have listed kids. But kids is a sensitive area. Your apps need to have multiple other safety protocols for them to address it accordingly. And we did discuss, yeah? So broken core functionality, as we say, MVP has to be meaningful, cannot be broken, right? MVP has to function. If you take a function off, take it off, but still it has to be meaningful. It can't have broken function or mispromises, in other words. iOS frequent rejections, as you know, the performance plays a key role. We do crash testing, we do bug testing, as you know. Most of you who are doing iOS has shared us your test flight invitation, and we give you feedbacks about crashes, buggers, and also designs. Very important, you do not have an unfinished app. And privacy is most important, right? The data collection. And I usually tell that don't collect the data that you are not going to use to market yourself. Those are not the data you need, right? Sometimes we collect the data for the betterment of the users, but you classify that. You're not going to access, you're not going to use. It's just to make it personalized for them, yeah? Right, in-app account deletion is not provided, you're going to have a rejection. So you need to have, if you are on iOS, you need to have an in-app feature which you can delete the account. The user should be able to delete their account, get themselves out of your system. And demo account not provided, it doesn't work, it's clearly rejected. Right, let's move. So these are quick the common rejections what can handle before we go ahead. So final publishing notes. Please understand there is a close testing requirement. For the teams that completed 14 days close testing, this was one-time requirement for the app. Future update doesn't require anything. So most of you are on the 14th day, 9th day, 10th day. I know that when the team gives me updates about your number of days that you've been on close testing, so that's your one-time hurdle. You are done. Once the 14 days is over, kalas, you're done. Right? So you're going to move next. Demo access in your app, if your app requires a login, please ensure the credentials are working before the submission, especially for iOS. The review period is usually 7 business days, which can fear you all, right? So if it is anything after 13th or 14th, if you are not published or if you're waiting till, it can take 7 days, can up to be 20th of March. But we're going to be up on the race as much as possible. When it takes more cases up to 14 days, we will create a test case to give submit to them and see what we can do. But let's also beat the time, as I always say. Let's move. Right. So these are about publishing and also store listing accuracy. And if somebody asks me, store listing accuracy is not only about getting your app approved, it's also your future. It's the in screenshots, description, feature claim, right? That is your value proposition you offer to the market through the App Store and the Play Store. App search index, don't think as a requirement. It's for your business promotion. Even after approval, it can take several hours for the app to appear in the search result. So this also is very important. So indexing will take time. So, and there's a lot more things that you can work on indexing going the down. And rejections are normal. Please, many apps are rejected at least once. All the great apps that you see is at least rejected once. So let's make sure that we review the feedback and address it, and let's be quick about it because we've got 10 days ahead of us. Propagation delays, the download, install, ratings may not appear instantly. The number of downloads not more show you. A storefront can take time, but do not worry, it's going to get updated. Let's move. Sorry. All right. So with all these understanding, I'm just to fail. We're gonna make it very fast. We're gonna walk through the production submission because most of you have already submitted. So Android, you have an apply for production. You will see when you click on apply for production, you will see this particular area that it says publish the close testing. It is done. And if it has an enterprise account, you need not to have a close testing. And you go and create a new release. And when, as you know, when you are creating a new release, you go for a upload a production build. Please remember your versions. Don't just put versions just because you want to put some, right? Brilliant. Go on. Right. So publishing overview, we'll look into what are the overviews that you're going to do, right? And see where you have to get on. Brilliant. Move next. And then go for the changes in the review. Make sure. And let's look at Android. Sorry, Apple. Right? So there is a production submission. Same thing. Go there on a test flight, log into your production, go to ad build, build an ad, look for the review, look for what are the phones, iPad and the Apple, see what you are going, submit, wait for review, and ready for distribution, right? And also you can do the expedition of these things in terms of creating a support. And then we go to the post-launch. Right. So this is all about launching it before, right? Now, to make sure the post-launch has multiple components. One, gradation and update execution. These are few crucial, important components that we need to do, right? Stability and performance, right? Improve your app reliability using a real user data and crash insight, right? So certain regions might crash it for you, or a certain app feature might not be working. Make sure you are constantly addressing them, not once you are published and waiting, because I can tell you number of apps which has gone to dead after publishing because there's no consistency, right? I would like you to bring that consistency of effort behind that. And the App Store optimization is about your store listing to increase impression. As you see, go back to Kareem, go back to Uber, see how frequent they changes their store listing, right? Let's be the same, right? Try to be the same as much as possible. Let's move. Very important, marketing, right? Start control promotion to acquire quality easy testers, right? Okay. Let me stop there and ask you all a question. Have you thought about marketing? Yes or no? We're gonna do series of questions like this, right? Just put it on the chat, yes or no. Have you thought about marketing your app? No is also a possibility. Thank you. Mohammed Nawa, thank you. Mazado, thank you. Right? So that I know the rest of the team who are working very, very aggressively towards publishing might not have thought about marketing. Right. Can anyone speak out of who said yes? Would you like give me an idea? What do you think about marketing your app after this? What's your opinion? What's your thought? I would take it as a brilliant opportunity to market the app. Guys, go ahead. One of you turn on the mic and speak.
Hello,
Yeah,
everybody.
I
Hi,
Anyone?
Fawaz.
Hi. I have both of you gonna get a chance. Go ahead.
Who wants to start? Do you
Yes.
want to start with?
Please go ahead.
okay.
Please
Yeah.
share us.
So as far as marketing, for our idea, we have a pretty tight-knit group of like a community over here. So our first instinct is to definitely release the app out to them. And since they're a closer community, we can get a lot more in-depth feedback from them. And then from that feedback itself, then we can make a lot more changes, improve the app, and then we can release it to the broader community and to our other existing channels that we have.
Absolutely great. Thank you, Nawar. Thank you. Thank you. I think I like it. So first of all, okay, hold a second. Team, give me a 10, 5.
Hi, Sarah. You want to go next?
Yeah, of course. So hi, everybody. Hope everyone is feeling well. I'm working on Kazna, and as important as development is for apps nowadays, marketing is very crucial because, as you know, for any business to thrive, marketing is a very important, like a core part of the business. And I truly believe that both aspects need to be worked on equally for any concept to reach its audience and to do the work that it has to do.
Absolutely.
So working on them in parallel.
Yeah, that's a very good point. It's a very valid point. Marketing is important from the beginning itself, and it will allow you to expand further. But as you are doing rightfully on LinkedIn, you already started talking about your company. So you're building a presence online. Anyone else wants to contribute to the conversation? No? Okay. Fawaz, up next. Fawaz, you are freezing. Okay, I'll can you hear me well, everyone? Just give me a thumbs up. Yeah, okay, great. So I'll go for the next one. So until Fawaz comes back, for the feature expansion, anything you do in marketing and customer acquisition will allow you to get feedback as well on what works and what doesn't work, and you'll be able to identify the trends and then build a pipeline of feature for the expansion of your app. So this is very important from a marketing and user experience perspective, but also every time you need to have a pipeline of features that needs to be stable. So everything you will have to have a next feature, next feature, next feature. You are not thinking of the development of your app just on a short term, but also on a long term. And this is very important because you're going to be growing as fast as your customers as well and customer acquisition. Let's see if Fawaz is back. If not, yeah, are you back, Fawaz?
Yes. Thank
Okay,
you.
great.
Yes, thank you. Can you hear me?
Welcome back. Yeah, so
Thank
I
you.
just went through the
Sorry.
feature expansion and update discipline
You have,
just
you
right
have,
now.
you have,
So
you have all credentials to talk about this, and I would love to co-share this with you. Thank you, Sarah.
you're
Right?
welcome.
So, right. As Sarah said, so begin shipping your features from your broader roadmap beyond the MVP scope is very vital for your marketing. And what does this has to do with marketing? Very simple. You might encounter people who needs more of your feature or less of the feature. Like Mohammed said, from now when you send it to your close circle of community, they're gonna come back and say, "Hey, man, this is not. I don't want this, but I need this." Right? So then it's gonna reflect on your MVP. And let's go to the update discipline. And please make sure you release updates, stable updates on your plan. Watch out for your industry compliance, and we do that every single time. Since summer, so now we look out for each and every regulation. And I can tell you by example, we launched an AI interview platform a few months back and it went viral, but we had to take it down from the mobile app. You know why? It was not compliant. Because why? We did not know. 2 weeks later, Google released a new update about AI compliance for interview platforms. So business was good, but we did not know that. So let's make sure your update discipline is very important. If you are busy, go configure your Google News for it. Right? Go configure your Google Alerts for it. So if there is some changes or talks about these things, you get alerted, right? So that you are ahead of the curve, right? So get to that entrepreneurial discipline now. Let's move. Right. So the app economy, the app money, right? Okay. Let me ask this question before we go into this, right? Why do you want to publish this app? Is it to do a service to take money? Do you want to make money or do you want to do a service? Very straightforward, two options. You want to serve or you want to make money? Chat. On the chat. I know it's a very toughest questions you've been asked.
we
I
can
know.
do both.
Corina, thank you.
Yeah,
Yes. Corina
both.
says both. Ibrahim says both. Right? Okay. Mohammed says both. Service that brings money. Muna, interesting. Thank you. Make money essentially. Right? Sylvia Velas, thank you. Both. Right? See, anyone else? Both and more money. Huh? Okay, Michael. Good. You can't make money if you don't want to provide service. I agree with Muna. Okay. Make money essentially. I'm just going to go back to Muna. Yes. Okay. It said service that brings money. Right. Brilliant. I agree with Muna. We're all entrepreneurs. Brilliant. Thank you very much. But you know what I want to talk about? Nobody said only service. It's either money, money and the service, or only money, or sometimes money plus some service. We are all entrepreneurs. We want to sustain. Now, this is what app economy is all about, right? So app economy, we are addressing it from a very commercial standpoint, but also understanding where we fit in, right? Let's move. And I know some of you are talking about marketplace, which is a lot of money. Okay, right. So let's take your phone, scan, and let's get to that particular money talks. We're gonna go back. Okay, how do you think most app makes money? There are a few options given to you. Subscription, ads, one-time payment, and commission. I just want to understand what you think about most apps making money from. Right, let's give it a couple of more seconds. Amazing. Sometimes it's nice talking about money with tech. Most importantly, how to make money with tech. Interesting. All right, let's move. Let's look at how we have answered what we think the most of us are thinking of apps are making money from. Right. So out of whoever answered, most of you are saying subscription, ads, and commission. Nobody said one-time payment. Tazil, thank you. Fatima, I'm with you. Sometimes it's hard to choose. One, it's different, right? Now, these are the common layouts. I can guarantee and say almost 99% of your app doesn't have any four of this. Because subscriptions, knowing MVP, we might have not taken out, we might have taken out, or we have decided it to go back on once we have the payment gateway, once we register the entity. So we have taken about subscription. Ads, obviously we would have turned it off because we doesn't have a lot of user, right? And commission, right? Commission, yes, there are marketplaces, but I still don't think we have figured it out in terms of your marketplace economy yet, if in your cases. But one-time payment, we have not chosen, but also one-time payment works. If it is a sales, if it is a product, it does work. If it is app selling stuff, one-time payment is always the thing. The subscription is your freemium to premium. We're going to look at some strategies of business model now, right? Thank you very much for this response. Let's move. Yes, Mariam, you are perfectly right. It gives you more options when it comes to subscription. Right. So, general, the global consumer app spending, and this can be more because you have today in this semi-finalist, we have more different audiences, right? But in humble approach, it's a $500 billion plus market, right? It's easily a $500 billion plus market. In this, global consumers' digital time spent. Okay, right. Sorry, guys. So emerging markets like MENA and South Asia show double digit in the mobile growth pastly, right? It's showing that. And 90% of the smartphone time is spent inside the app, not on the browsers. So these are something that it is potential for us. But is it enough for us? No. Because how do you get our app to be used? Let's move. Right? So 90% of the people are on the smartphone time is spent inside the app. What does that mean? There are business models which are categorized to spend more time in the app. Take Noon for Alibaba for it. Depend on which market you are consumer browsing, right? Or take some of the classified apps like, let's say, like any classifieds you use in different part of the world. They have a business model behind to keep you using it. Let's go and encounter some of the business models. Let's move. Right. So colors, right? Okay, I'm just going to ask a very weird question. What are the primary colors, guys? What do you think the primary colors are? What are the primary colors that every other color is born from? Red, blue, okay. Yellow. Oh, okay. Thank you, Mariam, for trying it. Red, blue, yellow. RGB, okay. Red, green, blue. Okay, interesting. More red, green, blue. Okay, I have fight between red, blue, yellow and red, green, blue. Right? What else? That's it? Okay. Yes, it's the red, green, blue, the primary colors. But how the primary colors are taken from the secondary class, right? And just to be very honest, in the technological framework, RGB, red, green, and blue, and red, yellow, and blue in the traditional and the art industry, right? So just to be very clear, both of you are technically right, right? So the red, blue, yellow comes in the artistic industry of primary colors, where the drawing and capturing happens. and red, green, blue in the techno-friendly environment. So in this case, it's RGB. Now, why I asked about the primary colors is there is three colors, guys, which form secondary colors. You mix one another, or one and two another, few another, to make the secondary and all the amazing colors that we see today. Same way, these are some of the core app business models, but you can combine it, you can hybrid it, right? I can tell you the freemium is what we choose because we don't want our clients to go away or users to go away because there is a charge on the app. So we usually use freemium, free basic access, and then you go in for premium. But also in short, when you give something for free, either time, so you give entire app free for the basic version for free forever, and you have some other tiers that you can upgrade at a cost. So usually freemium to premium strategy has about 5% conversion. If you get 100 people to use your free, there's about 5 people at max would convert to pay you. And then you have subscription, monthly or yearly recurring fee, very predictable revenue, amazing, right? Which is very good, but requires a strong retention. Put yourself, right? What are the apps you subscribed last, paid, and when do you renew it? When do you cancel it, right? So in these days, we do a lot of subscriptions for AI tools, right? Especially we as an entity. But personally, it takes, I think, I love some of the ideas here too about bringing your personal finance together. But I was combining some offers with Netflix, Prime, and to see how we can do, at least for this month, I was just putting it out away so that I don't want to pay for it. So there are all these subscription needs a high retention. And think about yourself, your app. If I go on subscription, who is that target audience you will pay for? Okay. And then ad based, right? The free app monetized through the ads and predictable retention. So if you have more users, usually the 1 and 3 is combined. When you choose freemium, you also go with the ad based because the free users you put at ad, so you try to make some money. If you're on a sensitive areas with the kids and all of it, this might not work. So again, as I told, it's a can pick and mix, right? Marketplace commission, the same. So there are platforms, and you think that it's a platform where you want to make commission. Scaling without owning inventory is amazing because you don't own anything. It's like Uber, who doesn't own a taxi, right? Airbnb, who doesn't own a hotel, but it's a marketplace. Uber is a control marketplace, Airbnb is not, right? Why Uber is a control marketplace? You need to have a higher purchase, higher insurance, and also passenger insurance, and it should be registered with them. But if you take Airbnb, if you are compliance friendly, you can list and you can start selling. So controlled and uncontrolled, and one-time pay. Simple but limited long-term scaling. Right? If you say users pays once to download, I think which is almost dead now, right? You don't remember last that you paid for some app to download it. But still now there are privacy apps, which we were checking a few weeks ahead for one of our strong models we are building on LLM. We figured out that there are privacy services. We have to pay and download the app. The entire device is protected, but you got to pay before you download. So there are a few industries this might work. All right, let's move. So team, think about 5 core app business models, how you can combine. Now you come to the freemium based business model, right? Who is thinking about going to premium here? Who will start free and then who wants to charge? You can raise hand, you can say yes on the chat. Whom out of you who are thinking to go free and then charge later, or charge for a smaller component, but which is going to go on a freemium to premium model? On the chat or hand raise, speak, feel free. Okay, Michael, you're going to go on Aggie, Rush, you're going to go on the freemium to premium model? Okay, right. Anyone else who wants to go on the chat? Okay, but I have 2 of you. Uniment, Mariam, thank you. Okay, now, Freemium customers are usually the people, those who wants to try or try on invitation, right? Okay, Get Guru, thank you, Loisa. So frictionless try. So commitment, nothing, you go easy, right? So then you try. Now, if you are using a freemium feature, go back to your MVP, right? Make sure there are enough exciting factors for them to buy. Is it by you stop it on a very quick, better time that they are motivated? Okay, Ibrahim, Zbox, yes. And then store will pay once we provide an online payment. Absolutely, it works. It works, Ibrahim, right? So, but you have to think about psychology of a app user. Why would someone download it for free and then pay it? What point? What is that decision maker? Or what feature is it important that is not unlocked that you pay to unlock? These are your winning strategies. This is not just technology, but it has to work with technology, right? You need to decide, okay, let the user flow go, let's trigger this, and then your analytics, right? Most of your screen doesn't have analytics because it's an MVP, but you can have high level screen level analytics. How much of time somebody spends on each screen of your app. This comes as a paid service sometime, right? But only when you want to improve your business. I told you, you're going to get in from a MVP to enterprise development mindset. You're going to own a business. You're going to own people. You're going to own processes, right? You're going to own revenue. You're going to own cost. Everything is owned by you or your partners, right? So in that, it's very important to understand when they will pay and buy, and then go for a grow customer base. The best example is find how a budget airlines is operating, right? They sell even the seat selection, right? And you can choose on the most busiest time or the most less busiest time. So you pay for what is a reality, right? The seat size, the food, everything is compartmentalized, right? So likewise, but it's free. It's the base price is very good. But when you add luggage, when you add a premium check-in service, it comes to a usual ticket. It's no more budget tickets. So likewise, you need to understand this model. Let's move next. Understand very importantly the freemium features, guys. Think about this. It's one of the oldest business model in the world. Blade and razor. And technology companies are adopting it beautifully. So Gillette sells a starter kit at a lower cost and blades are at a primary revenue. So why would they have to sell a starter kit? To lock you there so that they don't want to go for the big razor again, because they already bought a Gillette starter kit, so they need to keep topping up the blade. Same way with your app, right? Think about, is there a blade and razor model that you can get, right? Or is there a physical thing that I send, or is there a subscription I go and they renew it forever, or do I go on a coupon, right? Look at HP, right? HP sells printers at a lower cost. HP doesn't make money by selling printers, but by the ink and the cartridges and inkjet that make money. Same with Amazon in terms of Kindle, not everything. Kindle readers, they have to buy books of Kindle, but the Kindle is a very cost-effective pricing, at least per se, right? Same thing with Nestle. Look at the coffee machine and this. And why do I bring this to the app? And now this has become influencing the app markets. They have the hook points. They're working on that, right? And they can, and same as look at why things are becoming super app. Karim is becoming a super app. Uber is becoming a super app, right? Likewise, let's move. Thanks, Ibrahim. Just feel free, guys. And then subscription-based business model. How many of you are thinking to go on subscription? Yes, no, hand raise. Okay. Get Guru. Okay. Anyone else on the subscription? Blazer, you have a question to ask, or you just hand raise? Mariam, you're not going to go on subscription. Okay, makes sense. Right. Okay, let's just, Habib, okay, good. You're going to go on subscription. Let's make it simple, right? So you have subscribers or freemium users. As an app, you will have both of them, right? And then you will limit them by features. Now imagine technologically, you need to have access control now. This is what it's more important. I don't want to just talk about the business model here. I want to connect you about technology because I just published it. You need to have an access control. Who is a freemium user? Who is a subscribed user? What service and product is available to them? What is the recurring payment models? Right? How is the recurring payment models works? And then is it monthly? How much do you give monthly? How much do you give one time off? So those hook points, you call it anchor pricing, right? You artificially plant a heavy price and you put a two different other bundle. People will go on that. So that is about pricing. You do an anchor pricing first. And then you may have partners to do the subscription business models and activities and resources. So you need to have an idea when somebody is paying, you got an offer something. That offer might not be only app. You might have to have an external services sometime. Now, what if you are saying, let's say you are picking up services in the airport, but your app, you book, somebody is supposed to pick your luggage up, but there's an operation behind it now. There is a partner and a payment for the partner. Right? Brilliant. Let's go next.
Louisa has a question for
Yes,
us.
sorry, Loisa. Yes, Loisa.
Louisa,
I
you
think
can.
Sorry, no, sorry, I kept my hand
raised because of the
raised.
subscription model.
Yes,
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
sorry.
Okay,
Thank you.
figured.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And the marketplace and the commission business model, as you know, some of you have chosen marketplace. I think we did talk about some of your one-to-one. Ours is a mix between the subscription and marketplace. Yes, Mohammed Nawa, brilliant. Now look at the marketplace model, right? So one of the most important in the marketplace is should be able to do multiple activities at the given time. It's very important because why? A user A might buy, user A might connect to supplier A, and user B might connect to supplier B. So now both the parties need to take action on the same app. So this is what it shows. Now, for example, look at activity producers has a different models. Host has a different models, hotel has a different models, and tour guides has a different models of Airbnb. And then you have photographers. If you look at the relationship between tour guide and the platform, convenient listing and the system is given by Airbnb to the tour guide, and tour guide contributes about 12 to 20% in commission. Same way, the guests and activity producers, host and the guest, hotel and the platform, and look at the accommodation and the photographers. So likewise, everything has and the most important, each has a different commission models. This has a 3% service charge. Guest is charged a 3% service charge and 13 to 20%, which is not same every time based on your tour guides frequent booking. The commissions comes less. They start with 20 and can up to 13%. But they start at 20 because you are new. But when you keep performing, they make you feel upgraded. So they reduce your commission rates. You think about a model like this. Okay, what is my subscription model or what is my marketplace model? Where is it integrating with technology? Do I have to bring a marketplace layer? Do I have to bring a revenue optimizer layer? Because most of these app can see how much the money they made. So same thing like you, if you are doing a marketplace, if you want to show the savings, if you want to show the spendings, think about those features, right? And can they come? What is the value proposition? And do you need to become an Airbnb overnight? No. You can just start with an activity producer. You can just start with the tour guide, and it can be scalable like a startup, right? But think for an operation excellence. Now, let's move. Right. Let's keep moving. Yeah. So now, while, as I said, I like what Mohammed said, Nawaz said. Ours is a between subscription model and marketplace model. Now go figure out your own business model, right? Okay. If you were launching it today, which model would you choose? Let's scan, let's go. Take your mobile phone, scan and go. Right. Let me also take the phone. Brilliant. So what would you, okay, if you are launching it today, rank the model, whether it's fast, stable revenue, or easy to implement. First, you rank them by the options. You will go on a high profit margin or stable revenue or the fast growth. What do you would rank it between? Rank the model, whether it's a fast growth, stable revenue, easy to implement, or high profit margin. What would you choose? Let's go. I have done my submission. Let's go and check it out. Okay, let's move. Let's show what it looks like. Yes. Amazing. So most of you have chosen the fast growth, and then you will go with easy to implement business model, and then high profit margin and the stable revenue. Right. So it's very important to understand between the fast growth and easy to implement. You are at an MVP, you are moving in to be a startup. Sometimes fast growth might take a lot more features to be potentially to make money. If you have a team, go ahead. But also look at what is easy to implement because you're going to scale your technologies as well. You will have problems which is coming with your technological infrastructure. Trust me, you're going to have those challenges after this, right? You're going to be worried about your cloud bill. Some of you are developing it on a Google bill. Some of you are developing on the Azure. So those bills gonna add up, right? So you need to think about what is easy to implement. And definitely you need to have one of those products in the high profit margin, right? Or one of those services. If you don't have now, that's okay. Think about it. That will be one of your start product. Duration of time for it, so you have to subscribe within a time span. So think about it because hi, Hussein, can we mute you? Yeah, thank you, Hussein. And then stable revenue. Brilliant. Thank you very much for lovely engagement, team. And I really understand how serious you guys are on this now. Thank you. Let's go next. Now, all these business models, we're going to have a 5 minutes chat and then we're going to have a 5 minutes break before we go to the next. Choosing the right model has multiple parameters, not just this, what you see on the screen, but these are the most important parameters. Parameter number one, value of delivery speed. What does that mean? Right? So if you are creating a subscription model, can you develop while you're delivering it? Because your app is live. You don't want to stop and post something, right? So building in the back, when you release, it's activated. So value of delivery speed is very important. And most importantly, market maturity. You need to talk to the right business model for the right market. Now, for example, if you're doing on the kids market, like pay to download won't work. You need to talk to the parents. You need to talk to bundle offers, right? What and what not. But if you're talking to governments, yeah, there you go, right? Retention potential, right? And you need to understand, okay, what pricing, what numbers, what subscription I go on. Can I retain these people? Because it's more important, right? There's this saying in the technology, as a company, have you lost your first client who gave you business? Think about it, right? User willingness to pay. Right? The business model is all about does the users want to pay, and if so, how much? In other words, what's the value of the pain they are trying to solve out of your app? If you are giving a problem solving, what's the value of that problem from that user standpoint? Because from your standpoint, problem can look like $1 million because you want to make one of those. But from a user point of view, it can be a couple of dollars. Think about it. And the frequency of usage. So frequency of usage, how much of your app is used will directly integrate into how much they are willing to pay and what is the retention potential and what not. Brilliant. Let's move. So think about all this while you're going to choose your business model. Now, where do you position your app? Is it a daily app, weekly app, monthly app, or a yearly app, or once in a lifetime app? Where do you position your app? On the chat or just speak. Weekly? Okay. Sarah says weekly. Tufel, we can reshare, I think. Yeah. So okay, Michael says weekly. Mohammed says weekly. Okay. I would like to hear it from all of you. If you want to unmute and speak, please speak. Right. So Sarah, Michael, Mohammed says it's a weekly app. Anyone who has a daily or a monthly app?
Leah,
Ibrahim.
what's your app? Is it a weekly or a monthly? What about Tazil? Or we have?
Yeah. Yes. Ibrahim says 3 times a day. It's a daily app. Corina, daily app. And Faisal, daily, yearly. Okay, very interesting. Faisal positioning himself as an yearly app. And
What
many.
about RDXHD?
Yeah. Yes, how do you position yourself? And Unimenta Mariam daily. Tazil is a daily app. Okay, monthly maybe. Okay. Rush yearly. Okay. Hussein, daily to weekly. Okay. Now, see, this is what's important. Now, let me ask you, just give me a yes or no. On demand, perhaps monthly. Okay, Nadeem, thank you. Lovely, 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 amazing. I'm going to ask you a question. Do they think they strategized whether to be a daily app or a weekly app, or they eventually became? So if you say no, they strategized it for the daily, monthly app, say yes. If you think no, user desired it, I mean, user flow has made them as a daily and a weekly app, say no, right? Yes and no. If you think no, it's the organization and the entrepreneur decided it to make it a daily app or a weekly app, or it's the market who put them there. If you say market, put no. If you say the entrepreneur, put yes. Yes or no. It's more important, guys. I have a point. I really want to get to that before. Okay. Muna says yes, it's the entrepreneur. Okay. Nadeem says no. Okay. Muna and Muhammad says yes. Yes. Can I have backed up with more answers? I have a strategy for this also. It is a weekly but daily tracking. Sorry for long answer. No, no problem, Tazil. I understand. Beautiful. I mean, it's your strategy for yourself. Taha, both. Nice. Mazado, both. Yes and no. Right. What does this mean now? Sometimes what we intend as an app may not become, and market might choose something else. Right? So whether you are a daily app, weekly app, monthly app, yearly app, or once in a lifetime app, behave like a daily app. So you become at least a weekly app. Because today's world, we forget apps. I clean my apps every month. I think what I don't have unwanted. This is purely because of the space, or sometimes we do a lot of text with all great potential people like you all. So why not? Uniment a seasonal app. Yeah, you could be a seasonal app too, right? Think about it where you want to position, but work like a daily app. Behave like a daily app. Do some updates. Put a social media update. Put an update about it. Then eventually, with the market interaction, you will come to a common understanding whether you are weekly or monthly or an app for a once in a seasonal time, and then you can strategize. But go in like a daily app. But I know some of you are really planning for yearly app. It could be so. Let's move. But thank you. Mariam, yes, definitely you can be a seasonal app, but it's the other way around. You have an app for every season, so your app is customized for every season. So you are not for specific season. Every season you have something new. Now, this is something I wanted to talk about, right? Willingness to pay per users based on their annual salary. So this statistic was taken on the Amazon Prime, especially when post-COVID, when the Amazon Prime started aggressively the streaming services, right? If you knew, Amazon was in multiple services, including Prime, but post-COVID, they took over the stock value and all of it, and they went into the production house. Amazon Production is there, and I know they are doing AI film right now. Amazing concept that they've been building up, and Amazon is going to call for AI filmers too. Now coming back, look at what is indicated. What is this pay users based on annual salary? You need to think, what is your target audience per capita? Or what is your target audience earning? Maybe in UAE, out of UAE, anywhere and everywhere. You're going to think about it, right? So then you have an understanding how much to charge for and how much to sell for. This is why sometimes an app has multiple subscription layers. All right, beautiful. We're gonna have a beautiful 5 minutes break and be back to fail Authority if you can run the time on the screen. We'll be back in 5 minutes, Steve. Let's have a coffee break. Let's have a money break. Think about money
Let's
and be
have a
back.
prayer break also for those
Yes.
fasting.
Yes.
Thank you, Fawaz.
We still have time. Yes. Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you. All right, let's go back slowly to the session.
Yes. Hi, team. Gives me a thumbs up when you're back.
Alan is back. Ehsan is back.
Good, good.
Muhammad is back. Muna, Sarah, she's giving a heart. Sylvia is back. And Michael, Mehdi. Let's wait for others. Ashraf, are you back? Ayan, not yet. Just give us a thumbs up for us to know that you're back and we can resume the session.
Yes, brilliant.
Okay.
Yes,
For
Taha.
Ibrahim is back as well. Just waiting for Hamdan, Adib. And we have a lot to cover, right, Fawaz? Still, huh?
Yes.
I mean, the exciting part is
Yeah,
coming now. Yeah?
don't worry.
Yeah. Let's start.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, thank you very much. And we go ahead. Right. Okay, now we're gonna go on a little bit of a sprint. I'm just gonna get to the basics. Now I'm gonna get to the knowledge in terms of your thought process. The next few is mostly about how do you think about this. Right. So top reasons why you should prioritize the app retention is very simple. Today we live in an era where there's no loyalty doesn't exist. There's no brand loyalty. There is nothing to increase the brand loyalty. So it's all about continuous engagement that you need to try. So the better growth potential is all about, like, look at any other apps. It's all about user optimization, which has helped, right? So look at why you need to retain them someone, and also looked at the profitability. It's all about, usually it's about $15 for you to get somebody to download your mobile app through an advertisement or a gamified advertisement or a placement. So every time a freemium user might cost you $15. So why waste it? Keep optimizing them. A lower acquisition and churn cost is very important. Gain competitive advantage, because if you go for the second level of investment, they're going to ask what is the attraction you have, what is the user base you have, how many people are interacting with you. So these are very important when it comes to retention. Let's move. So while also talking about the retention areas, also think about what does your app's technology have to hold them, retain them, right? What are they offering them? That's the most important, not just to learn about the retention. Think about the technology, what it has to reflect. Tufel, we can keep moving, right? Yes. So want to quickly go through a very quick case study, and I'm going to be super fast on this slide. Whole idea, look at this for a moment. Look at the range of rides. As the drivers, they have car, limousines, share app. Some part of the Asian countries, they have a three-wheel or a tri-shore or a tuk-tuk that you call it. And then you have jump scooters in some part of the world, and you have jump e-bike. And some part of the thing you have effective travel like flights, cargoes, what you need to go as a carrier, a global loader. But all of this is connected to one platform. So your bigger picture has to be something like this. So very simply, look at the payment minus commission is what goes between Uber and the driver. And there is a cost of insurance being added. Consumer, rides on demand, location of the drivers, price to the time to meet, and commit. Two parties has to commit, and one ride happens. And companies, very simple. Book the rides, tracking and analytics usage, and build monthly or annually or per ride as a user, as a company is how they use. Right? Restaurants, right? They put the food menu and do the order, and the riders come and pick it and deliver it to different place. They have a delivery ecosystem. So when you are scaling, you need to look at the key points here. As you know, right? Front end, back end, API, right? And where do you host it, right? So front end, back end, and APIs, look at how many different APIs they might be using, right? Tracking these, booking the shipment. And I know some of us were going through detail about booking features, right? And this is why it matters. This is why technologically scaling matters, not just building an MVP, right? We wanted to always advise you, build it for a scalable infrastructure. That's what most of you have done. Right, let's move. So think about what you should be able to put your startup, put your idea into some of this framework, right? Okay, think about Duolingo, right? Consider the app Duolingo. And I'm just gonna ask you to think about it. What problem do you think that Duolingo is solving? What is the type of the business model that Duolingo has? What are the revenue drivers? What is their localization strategy? Right? Think about this. And if anyone who wants to speak up and answer before we go to the next slide, but I just want you to think through this, these four components.
I really want to answer, but I will not. But I really want to answer to all these questions. I'll leave to someone else.
But you know what? You know what, Sarah? Let's do that. Come, let's do
No,
that.
no, leave it to someone else. It's like cheating, you know. I know all the
No, it's
answers.
not. It's not. It's not. It's very fun. But anyway, I'm going to give one more opportunity. Anyone who wants to speak up, please. We'd love to hear. And I can ask Sarah to validate whether it's right. Right. So
You know, let's ask someone. Let's ask Ihsan because he is into the educational field as
okay.
well. Ihsan, you want to unmute yourself? Ihsan?
But Unimenta, he has not.
No.
Unimenta has raised the hand. Do you want to speak?
Yeah, let's give the floor to someone. Yes, please.
Hello.
Mariam.
Hi, Mariam.
Yes,
How
Mariam.
are you?
My app is also in the educational
Oh,
field, so
here we go.
yeah. So I think I'd be able to answer. Basically, Duolingo, a very useful app. I tried using it, but let's say I forgot about it after a while. Basically, it solves helping people learn new languages. They give them accessibility through the app of engaging with the app through learning new languages. And the business type is freemium. So basically, you try out the app, you see if it's useful for you, if it accommodates the way you learn. And yeah, after that, you can start subscribing for the app, I believe, and using all the other features. Um, the revenue, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, so I was saying, the revenue drivers, I believe.
Any idea about the?
Oh,
Go on, Mariam, please.
I'm not quite sure what the revenue drivers might be. Could be like it should maybe use.
Don't worry about it. What do you think the
Oh, yeah.
localization strategy is?
I mean, it offers a lot of different languages, like all the languages that people usually want to learn. And I believe because it's provided for like everyone everywhere all over the world. So I mean, I believe it helps them reach like a global uh audience. So that like helps the localization strategy, I guess.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Right. Before we go on, Sarah, do you want to add anything to that? No? Okay.
No, I
Don't
think
worry. Right.
what a differentiation will be the gamification of it. So it's giving you
Yeah.
incentive. So you go further, further, further. You have small challenges and you're happy to pay even more because you see the progress.
Yes, absolutely.
There's a lot of
So,
emotional connection to Duolingo.
yes. Duolingo has succeeded in positioning themselves as a buddy. So they have achieved that over the period of time. So they have moved from monthly to weekly to daily app for most of the people, and especially in terms of the languages that they need to offer and how it works. And trust me, I've learned something. Am I still using? Maybe not, but am I intending to use? Yes, whenever time get, I would love to. And what is the type of the business model? Yes, I think it's between subscription and also tokenization. You will see how this is going to the tokenization. What are the revenue drivers? Absolutely the usage and the language demand. And the localization strategies, they go with every possible languages which there is a market space. And I saw that they are working on maths, English, and few other algorithmic or problem solving skills as well. Right. In benefit of that, since we need to talk a little more, I'm just sharing this link on the chat. When you have time, look at this. Read about Duolingo's company strategy, right? How they have done, especially look at the learning by doing and also the data and the subscribers that we have. Tufel, we can move, right? So there are a few areas I would like to really to like it. Okay. Now, okay, let me also share my, okay, no, not it. Fine, when I get the request, I will, right. Let's enter. Let's make sure if you are entering the GCC, what is the first thing that you adopt? I know some of you are already in GCC. Some of you are planning to enter your product to the GCC, as with the Create apps. Can be both. When entering a new market like GCC, or can be it's your local market. You're there, you want to introduce, but which element would you prioritize, right? So let's go. And this is exclusively for your app. And let's give it a little time. Yes. Okay. Let's go see what the results are. Is it the language, pricing, payment method, customer support, or marketing visuals? Good. Brilliant. So please do think about the areas where the technology can help in your app. If it is language, there are multiple translinguistic APIs that you can convert your app into any language. Or today there are LLMs, which is working very perfectly with 16 different dialects of Arabic, right? So we used to some of those to some of our products that we built working amazingly. And the pricing, definitely, you can understand the pricing in the GCC market from B2B, B2G to the B2C, understand the pricing. Payment method definitely plays a role. Like Tabi, Tamara has their own share of, yes, I would say also the culture, definitely yes. Does it definitely yes. But that also comes from the UI, UX to everything which we talk about in your apps, right? Usually. Method do play a role, right? If you are selling into a GCC's immigrants market, your Tamara and Tabi plays a major role, right? So you should be able to accept payments in Tamara. Tabi can boost up your sales at least by 3-4x, mostly on an immigrant economy. But you understand which your payment method, but an Apple Pay goes a long way sometime, and different approaches. Customer support goes a brilliant way out. And I can tell you enough number of examples where scaling in UAE, scaling in Qatar, Saudi has happened because of the customer support. And trust me, in UAE, the more better the value for proposition you can provide, it can be competitive, but you'll definitely have a added advantage. Definitely, yes, the marketing visuals, but I think the priority for me personally comes a little other way around. The pricing comes first, marketing visuals comes second, language, payment method will be mostly because customer support, I will call it a DNA of the company. It is not the first thing, but it's always throughout, it's there. It should be the DNA of the company or the startup, right? Brilliant. And it can be different to many. But with that understanding, let's move next. Let's keep moving, Tufel. Feel free to ask any questions. And I know some changes happened. Okay, language is topped up. Think about the technology team again, right? For each customer support, you can have a AI chatbot, GusUp, or WhatsApp APIs, or automated, name it, you can have any of those, right? And now with that, go to market and growth. Let's move. What makes you download a new app? If you are in the new market, what do you think, right? Don't ask me, don't answer me on this. What do you think people has to download your apps for? What makes you download a new app? Let's blindly go ahead. And then let's talk about growth. Why would you download a new app? You've got a 200 characters answers, so feel free, whatever you feel like doing. Yes, I did submit mine. I'm waiting for others to submit yours. And we'll go ahead. Saving money and the environment. Ibrahim, definitely yes. Okay, right, super. Right, let's keep moving. Brilliant. Just gonna understand. Okay, right. Brilliant. Solves my problem. Uh, Fine. Right. Curiosity, free incentives, features, amazing. I need it now. Example, riding hair. Okay, for either comfort or solving, saving money and environment, solve a problem and cheaper and better alternative to what I'm currently using. Brilliant, amazing. Right. So definitely, I need the service or not. Okay, these are the reasons. So think about why would you download. Okay, let's move. Entering a new market, localizing matters. As I said, local support, local payment gateways, cultural UX adoption, regional specific pricing, and all of these are possible in the technology today. AED, right? If you want to have KSA, if you want to have QR, Qatar Riyals, Bahrain dinars in the GCC, not just specifically GCC, if you are looking at Scandinavian countries, you can have Euro, GBPs, and all of it. So make sure you can do for the regional specific pricing. Customer support in local language, please do enable. There are enough lot of AI CRMs which is integrated with your WhatsApp, which is integrated with your VoIP calling, can happen. Get on there. How you can scale further as a startup. Let's go. Let's move. And app discovery, where the growth begins. Please do make sure it's up to you whether you want to go on a paid social media ads. I would love to. I would push you to do at least a couple of $100 there, but provided that that's not the thing for you to do. Go for the App Store search, ASO optimization, make sure your description and see the word of mouth. Get on social media. If somebody is checking out your app, just take a picture of that with their consent, obviously, and influencer creator communities. Most importantly, I know most of you know Product Hunt. See if your app is applicable for Product Hunt. Go for it and go for an agentic engine optimization. Feed in these informations with chat GBTs and Geminis. Make sure your services are at a chat referral to be understood and agentic engine optimization. Let's move. How did the most people first discover Duolingo? As I said, viral social media content, strong app store visibility, the way that's positioned, and the consistent brand presence. They've been putting some crazy consistency to approve this to keep going. Let's move. Most importantly, mapping the journey from awareness to revenue. We will come to that model called ADA, but awareness, interest, desire, and action, which I personally apply for any enterprises we begin. But make sure we understood one thing. People has to be aware about what you do or your brand concept. Sometimes the easiest thing to say is the biggest competitor. What you are, Uber of something. What you are, Kareem of something. What you are, XYZ of something. Users hears about the app and then consideration, and they are going to check about the store page or social media, and then the download decision comes and the installation decision and the first experience and the retention. So we don't think like this, right? So you need to think like this. And you need to think the technology layer of it. Awareness can be social media, consideration can be blogs, download can be App Store or Play Store. Onboarding is your experience. Is it, are you going to give a video? Are you going to give them a walkthrough? Are you going to, like, whatever, right? How it going to work? And retention. When somebody is repeatedly using it, how efficient that can be. First value moment, immediate benefit, and monetization, right? So make sure you remember your first customer of this journey, right? Let's move. Right, let's keep moving. Okay, where do most app lose users? Let's go on. Very quick. We got 30 minutes more. If we've got a few more slides and we are good for Q&A. Let me also scan this. Super. Right. Let's keep scanning. Let's go next. Let's go next to Phil. Okay. After the first week, during onboarding on App Store page, very important. And you're absolutely right. After first week, because your app doesn't have engagement, or if you are something you have developed an MVP, you might not have a journey map after a 1 week or a 1 month or a one course. Think about it. So the same reason you said people might lose from the app, you don't want to be on the same reason. Make sure that you don't have ads. Make sure you have something to go even after a couple of weeks, that after using the app. Make sure you have a very good onboarding and on App Store page. Let's keep moving. The most underrated growth lever is activation. So please go ahead, make the strong onboarding. Don't have a lot of inputs. As I said, some of you, we even did change your input forms where you can put a voice note and they can pick it up from there. So you don't allow people to type a lot. And guided walkthrough. There are quite a lot of app, and one-to-one we have discussed pre-fill templates, because it can take from the pre-fill cache of the name, email, and all of it, and the clear outcome. Let's move next. So make sure these are the activation, and look about how a MailChimp would onboard, right? And I really like the color palettes, to be very honest. And every page is a message and a technique. Welcome to the MailChimp mobile app, and you see a tool there. Get more done on the go, and they show what more can be done. Watch your business grow. It's a very psychological, powerful selling, right? Let's move next. Look at these screens. Grammarly onboarding, very simple. It's almost like a Q&A approach, but it works. It works for them, right? And they take the information, so it's very addictive, right? Look at the placement of the buttons, the colors, set up Grammarly, and you are in. And it's because it's an API service. Let's move next. So, ADA framework for mobile apps. This is something we aggressively practice in each and every our enterprises, even sometimes campaigns. So we believe attention or awareness, right? Where people needs to focus or needs to have an interest to understand what your app, and then interest, which the interest is all about your technology, what do you solve problem, how is it affecting, and the desire, do I really like to have it for myself? Action is download or purchase, right? So think about this. How would you drive your ADA campaign? Is it from social media, word to mouth, or is it a picture with the create apps, or is it the presentation that you are going to do on the semi-final stage you will carry and campaign on? So it can be anything. So attention, interest, desire, action, you should be a mantra in the next couple of weeks. And let's move. A quick case study of Talabat. If you look at the attention and awareness, 160,000 moving orange billboards, amount of attention, right? And they call it a number one brand recall in the Middle East. The blazers, even the Talabat boxes, billboards, 160,000 moving across, right? So it's a very powerful attention and awareness. Interest strategy is focused on local cuisines and Arabic language. Results is 2025-2026 data, right? Interest focus on local cuisines. Again, 7.6 million monthly active users, MAUs, right? And 32% of revenue now comes from non-food. That is the mart and all the retail groceries and personalization. And Action, Talabat Pro subscription model. Trust me, I've used it. It works. So things like that. ADA works at how you want to do. Think about your ADA for it, right? Let's move. Let's keep moving. Right. Yes. So internal growth engines, right? So think about after installation, common promotion system. Have you got a referral reward code system in your app, or do you want to do one? Think about this. Is have you integrated coupon codes, right? So can coupon codes work? Get it? So do you have integrated coupon codes there so that can integrate it better? And also, most importantly, looking at the approaches where the technology composition of the time limited offers. Can you time an offer? You see Amazon and all of does it? Do it. In-app banners. In-app banners is a potential strategy, but if you don't have a lot of users, it can be a own killer, right? Okay, let's move. And if you launch today, what growth lever you will prioritize? Let's go. And let's see the answers. Benefit of time. Let's see the answers. Amazing. Okay. Most of you say influencer marketing. Good. And one of you says referral marketing. I totally understand coupon discount and push notification might not work at this point. But yes, if you are thinking about influencer marketing and referral program, think about how technology is going to play. Even the influencer marketing, if you are giving them an influencer referral code, make sure your app is connected with that. And let's move. So growth loops and campaign, as I said, a potential rider requests a ride through the Uber, and the rider takes the ride and pays for it through the app, and the Uber matches the rider with the nearby available rider. So these are the growth loop versus campaigns. So you need to have the logic of your app talking to your campaign, because they promote for rider, they promote for payment methods, cash, cashless. Uber wallet, they have an Uber wallet now, which is very efficient. So think about what is the growth loop and the algorithm of efficiency, right? So now Uber has mastered the efficiency of request per second, right? Let's move. So as I said, Uber's drivers referral loop goes active driver, refers the trusted driver, driver jumps on board, gets referral bonus, and loop continues. So usually this is a very successful model um, for users or suppliers. If you are a marketplace, you call it egg and chicken, right? You need both. So make sure your suppliers also has a referral ecosystem. If that is the case, and you can check how you can download Uber Driver and see how that functions. It's pretty efficient. Let's move. Retention is designed, not hoped for, right? So make sure your push notifications are personalized, timely, not over trigger it by behavior. And I'm sure if you're in UAE right now, the number of alerts you sometimes you get about the conditions out there, right? So think about personalized, timely, and value driven. Don't overload it just because you have a feature. Let's move. It's very important. And what powers all of this is very simple. There are multiple technologies powers this, right? And we just have to make sure that we are very conscious about how we choose what. So the first one is about to make sure your CRM systems and the event tracking, analytic dashboard, coupon logic engines, push notification automations, API integration is what you need to think about. So please do make sure your campaign is digitalized by these features. Think about it, right? Let's move. So this is something I wanted to strongly mention. And the automation and scaling. Coming dot now you can see the dots are connecting, right? So we talked about concepts and we are going into the automation. Now the same thing, CRMs. Let's move to Phil. So customer relationship management. How do most startups handle customer messages in the beginning? Let's scan and go quick. Let's go. Let's go to the answers. Right. Reply manually and use chatbots. Usual case. Guys, give me a thumbs up, everyone. If you really want, looking forward to automate your business, it can self-pilot your app. Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you, Ibrahim. Absolutely. You guys are with me. Let's move next. Tufel. Right? So automation as a growth lever for app founder is very simple. When Instagram scaled rapidly, automation handled onboarding, notification, and moderation, not humans. So app growth is create some way. So understand where do you want interventions, understand the automations. Start from N8 if you want. You know N8, you can automate. So start from there. Just first think about you need to automate your customer journey. That's much more important. Let's move. Why app creators need automation early? Founders wear multiple hats. You are going to fundraise, you're going to be busy pitching, you're going to be running, but you might not have enough funds to hire people, or people management not might be a forte. Delays reduce the trust in the app. So manually, people might use the app while you sleep. So make sure you automate, right? That. Let's go. And if you launch your app tomorrow, what breaks first? Let's go. Quick. And one of the reason we are just thinking about this is we just launched some of you are launching. So you have the time, the people, 5 of you, which the app is live, you have the time. So you launch your app and 100 users sign up in 1 week. What fails first? User onboarding, responding to the app questions, or following up with inactive users, or collecting feedbacks. So imagine 100 users sign up in 1 week. What will fail next? Let's go next to it. Okay, amazing. So user onboarding, you say that will fail first. Yes, respond to the app questions, following up the inactive users and collecting feedbacks and review. I think you're right in multiple ways. But yes, user onboarding. And you launch your app and 100 users sign up in 1 week. Make sure your user onboarding is spot on, right? And yes, if you have not automated your response, make sure breaks the bank. Brilliant. And following up the inactive users is going to be hard. Yes. Collecting feedback. And this could be automated. All of you know. It's just that we didn't push it much during the MVP. Now, let's think about that. Yeah. Go next. And whoever who has published the upcoming one-to-one, let's talk about this. AI plus WhatsApp on your first touch point. Messaging feels more natural than email, so make sure you work on your AI and WhatsApp API. And WhatsApp has extremely high open rates. AI enables instant and consistent replies, ideal for onboarding and support. I'm not going to talk about AI is better than human skills here, but I can say if you are a startup, AI can be of better use at this point, provided you can't get humans to work at this point. Right. Uber uses the automated messaging, as we know, and confirm rides, guide drivers, update users. Everything is automated based on the facts. So it feels like the app is communicating. Let's move next. Automated journey for app users. Install, welcome, onboard, and engage. Once they install, you get a welcome as usually with the email, SMS, or WhatsApp, whatever your communication used to be. Think about some digital banks, which I would like to bring you as a suggestion. VO Bank, if you have time, go and read about VO Bank, what they do in terms of completely no human banking that they are trying for. Right, so you will understand the engagement component. Welcome message, step-by-step onboarding, feature tips. This is something very important. You know the guide.io, right? If you go there, you can make any guide videos kind of thing. I was trying to do something with that and I understood. You might have a feature app which is positioned so well to make money, but people are not using it. Then you can promote that. You can highlight that from your UI, UX to make sure that is prominent, right? This is where the whole feedback comes back in. And re-engagement for inactive users, as you know, today there's a lot of automation starting from MailChimp to Respond.io, who can make sure that if there's any dead users or inactive users, they can send notification, automated offers. All this can be automated, right? Let's move next. So think about these things so that you capitalize the best. I'll think about the CRM automation as there are multiple CRMs, HubSpots, Tab1 CRM, Tableau, and Excel sheet can be your CRM tool. This is not about you having a paid tool. It's about thinking about your customer data, thinking about your user data, centralized user data that you can personalize it for Facebook, personalize it for emailing, messaging, and also for consumption records, right? So the track can segment users, focus the future actions, immediate live updates. This can work a long way. Yes, there are quite a lot of commercial CRMs available, but trust me, even an Excel sheet would do this at this point. Let's go next. Where do your first users really come from? User hunting, right? App don't grow without this strategic discovery. User hunt, locating where users already exist. Go back and put it on competitor approaches. Learn what problem users really care about. And again, use AI plus insight to validate a product market fit. Keep going with that. And let's move. So make sure your app can be discovered and you talk about your app. Now, post this, your app needs to be everywhere in Instagram to all of it. A quick case study that I wanted to touch about is there was a project focused on the Gen AI for inclusion aimed at bridging the digital divide. You know what this was? There was a 360 hours of Gen Z talking, and they wanted it to be converted as a report. And not only a report, but also a product based on that suggestion. They integrated an AI machine. They translated the whole thing into multiple different languages. They understood. And the whole approach of communicating to the whole Gen Z products and all of it was AI automated. And this was done in about a week of time. Very humble, we were involved in this. But what I wanted to say is that level of automation is possible, right? If people send you voice notes, you can automate and respond. You did not have a human to respond it. So you can run a campaign. Hey guys, if you're tired of typing, just send a voice note and you can automate it, right? So think about this, and these are possible in today's context. And this was done for rural entrepreneurs. Let's move next. Right. With that, we also come to an understanding about when the app is live, but users are disappearing. 50% of users drop using your app after the first week and scan the QR code. Let's see what is and what we can do with it. So you may choose up to two responses, whether it's onboarding walkthrough or either feature educational message or inactive reminders for feedbacks and review prompts. Think about it and let's go next and answer. Let's go and answer. Okay. Tazir, thank you, Fatima. For you, it's the both feature and feedback. Brilliant. Tufail, we can move to the answers. Brilliant. Yes. Brilliant. What would you automate first? Feature education messages, inactivity reminders, feedback review and onboarding walkthrough. Debatable, but you're right. We have always seen the people drop out has nothing to do with the onboarding walkthrough because they're already in. If they have dropped out because of the walkthrough, they have not even got in as a user. So you're right. So that's the least focus. But there's a good debate between feature educational messages and inactivity reminders. I think the inactivity reminders is your first to go because feature education messages can also be a costly affair at this point. But inactive reminders can be with a push notification and whatnot to make it's cost effective, but beautiful. But think about this, right? We don't usually think about this. The idea is to think about that. Let's move next. Using automation to improve the app retention, as I said, trigger the message based on the inactivity, feature the education when it's needed, personalize the nudges in the right time, and prevent silent churn. The most important is also think about how the Netflix is using this, right? If you think hyper personalized recommendation, if you're logged in, somehow they try to hook you with the more time that you can watch. Contextualize nudges, personalize, and whenever I watch about Money Heist and few other things, trust me, it's gonna keep buzzing me whenever there is some of a same series comes in. Automated artwork and personalization, it helps. And today there are AIs that you can automate the message, not through the text, even the artwork. Continue watching automation, right? So the interaction and all of it. Uh, these are something that you can take from the apps that you love, right? Most importantly, right? Understand how the app that you love works and how they are making money, and definitely you will do so. Let's move. Automating the review and the feedback collection is very important. I would always say either get on a Google review, put that in your app across, or get on a TNS verified review so that your ratings can go up and investments can help. Anything, but use one review platform. Sometimes what we do is we use a review platform in the app, and then website has a different review and the Google business has another review, right? So, but you can collect the review so that it's maximize the compound effect. The Google search to the app search to all of it. Make sure your feedbacks collection and the app. Sometimes we have a feature to automate the stars, like star 5-star or comment, but sometimes it doesn't do anything. It doesn't connect to the Google, it doesn't connect to the App Store and anything. So make sure it connects. Let's move. Scaling your app without scaling your team. This is something as an entrepreneur, sometimes as a solo entrepreneur, or just a partners with 2 or 3 people has to come in, right? So think about how can you scale your app without your team, to make sure that automation of the repetitive work. You don't go to automate on the day one. You understand what is taking you more time and automate. And today there are quite a lot of technology for art of storytelling connected to your social media. One update goes daily on the LinkedIn can be automated. And founders focus on the product and the strategy. You focus more on the product, on the strategy, and give all the other elements to be towards the automation, right? And look at how Canva scales global growth with automation, right? They automated the onboarding, templates driven, automation support workflows. So likewise, you can have a lot more things people can consume and the low cost and the higher consistency. And system scales faster than people, as you know. Try to build that particular automation from the day one and you are a new generation mobile app and from the create apps of 2026. So amazing. So make sure that you think about automations and AI within your app, within your scalable team too. Let's move. So key takeaways are the apps are part of a larger economy, right? App economy as a part of a large economy, right? Steve, give me a minute to break my fast and be back. I'll be back.
I can take over this one, okay? While you're breaking your fast. So the key takeaways, as Fawaz mentioned, is that apps are definitely part of a larger economy. It's not about building in your garage. It's not like that, but it's part of a larger economy. The right business model will be important when you are growing your app and you're becoming a startup itself. You really have to define the business model. And during the competition, we'll be looking at that as well in the pitch deck. It's very important from the beginning that you look at the strategy of your app. So you see long-term and then you go step by step moving towards that. And we've seen it in other startups as well. Retention is very important because what happened at the beginning, your users will get super excited. They will download your app, but if nothing happened, it's like work for nothing, essentially, and straightforward. So retention is very, very important in your app. And automation will allow you to grow faster and in larger markets. And last but not least, look at how a system can scale faster than your team itself. So by building system, you'll be able to scale faster than.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for the minute break. Thank you.
Of course.
Right. So, guys, again, so as Sarah said, I'm going to repeat, not going to repeat anything, but focus on your downloads. Focus on what are the factors you can automate within the app experience. Your messages, in-app activity reminders, and if you can promote more people, once that everything is user journey is done, hey, do you want to refer your good friend? This is how you do it on the app, right? So think about these features technologically. That's what's more important. And let's move to further. So this is gonna be your key takeaways. And yes, Sarah, wanna come in?
So now comes the end of the workshop number 5, and we have exciting things. Of course, Fawaz will be there and continue to be there with you until you launch your app, and as a target, 20th of March. So well done to those who have launched it once again, and for those who haven't, good luck. You have a few days to go. It's just the last stretch. On the 12th of March, we are going to essentially start the pitch training. So on the 12th of March, we have a session that is mandatory for you as a semi-finalist. It will be hosted online and offline, and we'll start teaching you how to pitch like a Shark Tank on stage. This is very important that the person who is pitching attends the workshop, and it's mandatory. So if you haven't filled up the form, I'm going to share it on the chat here, the registration form for the pitch deck. We need to have your name because we have to communicate to the founder HQ. The workshop is happening there. So those who are living in the UAE and in Dubai, please join us in person. And those who are not based in the UAE or in Dubai, please join us online. On the 13th of April, the semi-finals will be hosted at the Dubai Chamber of Digital Economy headquarters in Dubai. And last but not least, I will be hosting the final at the Museum of the Future in May. So on the 14th of April, we'll let you know if you make it to the final. But what I want to put an emphasis on is that we are there for you, and we are super proud to have you with us and to take you to success. Whatever happens during the semifinal, we are here to prepare you for that. If you make it to the final, it will be fantastic. And if you don't, you'll be able to talk to investors as well who will be attending the semifinal. So we are preparing you for success, and we are extremely honored to be part of your journey. The thing that we are asking you is to be there for all the workshop, the rehearsal. We have a very good team as well for the pitch training. You will meet them on Thursday, and we will be creating a separate group for the pitch training, so there is no confusion in the question that you will be asking. So we are putting all the resources for you. You will have a WhatsApp group for the Tech Accelerator as it is, and a WhatsApp group for the pitch training essentially. So you'll be able to ask us as the community a question in both group, but if you have tech question, it will be on the tech WhatsApp group. And before I go, I would like you to ask me any question. Once I answer all the question, we'll do a group photo. And I will love if you can share this group photo on your LinkedIn profile, because we are talking about social media and the importance of social media. So let's tell the world that as entrepreneur, we are still pushing things forward. No matter what happens, we are there and we are making your dream come true. So I will ask all of you, Amira, on the 12th of March, is it optional for UAE participant? Yeah, we'll not push for considering the situation. Would love to meet you in person if you can make it. If you cannot, we understand, but we will be there with the media team. We'll be doing interviews. So if you want to come and join us, we'll be very happy. Right. So now I will ask all of you to switch on your camera and we'll take a group photo for our LinkedIn. Or our social media. I'm saying LinkedIn, but maybe, it can be any social media. And if you can stop sharing maybe the screen, so we can have everyone as a view. And we have multi-speakers and the gallery. Yeah, okay. Bye, boss. All right. Just let me know when you're ready, everyone. And I hope that you don't mind that we're going to be sharing on social media, right? It's fine with you, huh? Right? Right. Everyone is on? Or should I wait a little bit more? If maybe someone is putting some makeup or, yeah? We'll wait for you, Mariam. Great. Ready? Okay, show us. Mariam, you're missing on the screen. Up. And we can't hear you guys. So if you want to speak, unmute yourself. Mariam, I cannot see you. If you want to put your camera on, so we can just do that. No camera today, so we cannot take picture of you. Okay, fair enough. 1, 2, 3, smile. Right, I'll take another one. I'll share this one on social media. No, on here on the group. Okay. And let's do another one with, I don't know, for those who are not in Dubai, we have a sign like this, right? That we do, but if you want to do it, you can. If you don't want to do it, it's fine. Yeah. Perfect. Did you receive the picture? Yeah. It's on the chat. Do you have it all? Yeah? Great. Take another one. I'll take the last one. So we have 3 shots. Yeah. Oh, wait. So when you are on your social media, just feel free to tag the Dubai Chamber of Digital Economy social media platform and whoever is on the group as well. Okay, are you happy with the photo or should I retake one? No, it's good? Great. Thank you very much, everyone. This will be recorded and shared on House Space as usual for internal purposes. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All the very best. Bye. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Until next time, happy learning.